Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's YOBOI3, and welcome to Boss Rush Island 1. We'll be starting off with a Sauda on Strong, as well as our free dart monkey right about here, and then you want to make sure Sauda has enough room for 2 spike factories to fit under it. We're going to place the first one here, get it up to a 002 smart spikes, set the target about here. You want to make sure that it's hitting the boss, but not the track, and then we're going to be upgrading it as fast as possible to a 032. We can move it targeting down to right here, where it'll be hitting the balloon, but not actually it'll be hitting the boss balloon, but not the regular balloons, at least for the most part. It doesn't have to be completely perfect, but once we heat up the Moab Shredder, we will be able to very quickly deal a ton of damage, and also target it again to the farther track, so that it will be hitting the boss, but not the balloons. That's actually a theme here. I don't know if you know this, but that's what we're going to be doing for all of the Spike Factory targeting. You can pause at any time and check out where I'm placing them, but for the most part, we're just going to be leaving them in this here spot. Once we get up the second Spike Factory, we're going to be, as quickly as possible, going for the Juggernaut 420 for the attack speed, and then we're going to be going for a Balloon Trap to make us the money. The reason we have to get the Juggernaut up is, of course, so that it can stop the balloons from hitting the Spike Factory pile. And then you're just going to want to target the balloon trap, which is a 024. You're going to want to target it where I did, which is basically just where the boss is, alright? Where it's currently is about where you want the trap. It should be fine. We're going to get down a third Spike Factory, and then a Discount Village, who is going to be discounting our next Discount Village. Trust me, that makes sense, just don't think about it. This Discount Village is going to be upgraded all the way to a 202 Jungle Drums, and then to a Monkey Town and Monkey City. Monkey Town makes us 60% more money, which is very, very good. Monkey City is going to give us another, like, 25%, but that's not how math works. It doesn't stack like that. Whatever, we're just going to get on an Operation Dartstorm. By the way, Monkey City, it only buffed the balloon traps, so, like, it's a little bit different. From here, now that we have the Monkey Ace, we're just going to set all of our spikes to automatic targeting. It's not really going to make that big of a difference, but it is important. Once we're at 30 pops, you're going to have to retarget the trap, so that it is now hitting wherever the portal is. I have my accessibility settings down a little bit so that things are more visible, especially in the late game with the dart gone, but you're just going to want to put it right on top of the portal. Up next, once you're at $28,000, you can sell all 3 of your spikes in exchange for a Sky Shredder. The Sky Shredder is going to be able to take out all these guys, and you can just put it on Wing Monkey. It should be able to handle everything. Now, if you are missing some monkey knowledge, you're going to have to take things slower, by the way. I hope that's pretty obvious, but you're not going to get as many pops. You just want to take things slow, get Dart Paragon by the end, and you'll still get 120 plus pops, as long as it's degree 1. If you don't get the Dart Paragon, you're not going to get any pops. But now that we have the big trap, and it's targeted in an okay spot, you could move it whenever one comes, but this is a pretty good spot. It's just right at the entrance of the portal. Now we're going to get an overclock, which we can use on our Sky Shredder to afford the Mad faster. If you can't tell, the Mad is what we're going for next. If this guide's helping you out so far, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for next time, and use code YOBOI, that's YOBOI, in the BTD6 store. I'm sorry if this boss seems a little bit extra rush, no pun intended, but unfortunately I was out at dinner when apparently this boss got announced. Yeah, we're not supposed to have a boss every single week, but buy the Mad, and then use the second overclock ability on the Mad, and you should really make sure that the balloon trap is targeted all the way to the other side now, so that the Mad's projectiles won't get blocked as much, but hey, whatever, if they do get blocked some, that's fine. As I was saying, we're not supposed to have boss rush every single week. If you're new to the game, that's not how this works. It's supposed to be every other week, but sometimes this stuff just kind of happens. We have a social seasons event, which pretty much means that one of the quests is for boss rush, and one of them is for contested territory, which means we get double boss rush, which I love personally, because more people are going to use code YOBOI, that's YOBOI, in the BTD6 store, but, you know, it can be a little confusing to some people, myself included. Now we're going to get down a 402 village, so that we can get down a ton of cheap darts. Literally just upgrade as many of them as you can. Eventually you'll hit the tower limit, so just upgrade all of them to 032s. And then also get your tier 5s down. So we upgrade a bunch to 032s. Make sure you're still using and targeting the Mad, right? What you want to do is overclock and then use the Mad ability so that you can get just a ton of damage. Please do not overclock your Sky Shredder. That would be really stupid. Get all of your tier 5s in this area. I guess you technically don't have to put them in this exact area, but like, that's what I do, so this is a guide. You're supposed to be copying me. I'm not too sure what else you could possibly be doing right now. But anyways, you want to sell your stuff at about 70 pops. If you're like me and kind of stupid, you're going to sell everything at 68 pops and have to sell the village too. But hey, that's fine. You can just rebuy the village very quickly. It really is okay. And then just retarget the trap. You should get a degree 20 or higher dart paragon. If you want to be extra safe, you could have gotten a couple more darts up just by when you sell things, you can replace them because you got your tower slots back. But I did the math and I had enough. I believe it's 20 darts that you need in total. Or no, it's 17 darts if you get 032s, and that's the number I had. Trust me, do not fact check that. I got back up the village for the balloon trap, and then I got a carpet of spikes to sacrifice to a sun temple. Sun temple, of course, we shall be making some pretty good money, and also it's going to be discounting. I get a monkey city with jungle drums for the temple, and then I also get down another primary mentoring. I get it up here. This guy's just going to be able to buff some of the dart monkeys that we get, because we're going to be farming some dart pops. Farming of dart pops is not that close at all. By the way, if you are behind on money and pops, you can keep the mad in its position and just keep on targeting it at Phayze. And honestly, even if you get the dart paragon like right now, where it's halfway through the left side of this track, like you're still going to get the same number of pops, but it's going to be a little bit closer, right? Bare minimum, you're going to get 130. That's what I can guarantee, assuming you're not doing something stupid like having a really big death or whatever. But yeah, pretty much within the range of this temple, you're going to want to fit as many dart monkeys as you can. As specifically, you're going to get them to the middle path, which is 042, as well as the 052. The 052, of course, is the Plasma Monkey Fan Club, which will be able to buff all the other monkeys. When the Plasma Monkey Fan Club ability is not active, you're going to want to be using the Super Monkey Fan Club abilities, because it's also pretty good, just not as good. Get down a Cripple Moab, which is the 520 sniper, right? 520 sniper, very important. I'm going to repeat it one more time. 520 sniper on strong. Make sure that thing can hit the boss. So put it, I have mine inside of like the middle area. It's like directly above my dart paragon, alright? Yeah, pretty much you get up the crossbow masters, and then make sure that you get your ultra jug in like pretty much the exact spot I did. Otherwise you can't get 140. You're gonna get like 136 and like a loser. But no, make sure your ultra jug can see like the right side of the track. Just put it in the spot I put it, and as down as it can go without touching the track, because you can't place it on the track. I don't know why I'm saying this stuff, it's pretty obvious. But anyways, the rest of your tower slots you can just fill up with these dart monkeys. Use the abilities, of course. It is use the Plasma Monkey Fan Club ability, like I just did, and then whenever that thing wears off, you're going to want to use as many Super Monkey Fan Club abilities as possible. Now we're going to sell the balloon trap and the village, and you can also sell Sauda. I just forgot to, but selling Sauda would allow you to have just a little bit more tower space. And look, you can almost see my sniper now when there's fewer things. I just sped everything up to 2 times speed, but pretty much you're just going to sell every single tower that's not a dart. In exchange, you're going to place down a, you're going to sell your Apex Plasma Master. Thank God, I'm struggling with that. And then you're just going to buy a new one, and I got degree 6-7, haha, nice. Put it on first targeting so that if there's any DDTs that try to sneak by, they will die very quickly. Technically, you could micro strong in first if you're like a little bit behind and you really want to get 140 pops, but that just feels like a high risk, low reward. Like, you're not going to get over 140 with this strategy, but whatever. I get down the Super Brittle and the bottom path Ice Monkey, which is the Icicle Impale. I got it as a 025, yep. And then I got a Cripple Moab on first targeting with the middle cross path, and I got a bunch of balloon sabotages. And all these guys, their main job is just to make sure DDTs do not slip by my Dart Paragon, because that would be very bad. So, you know, the Cripple Moab can stun it. The sabotages will, of course, set them to 50% speed. Sauda will deal 0.2 damage to it. This Spectre is going to also deal a very small bit of damage, but hey, it's whatever. I'd rather have a small bit of damage than not have a small bit of damage, if you know what I mean. And that Icicle Impale should be able to freeze stuff. And if everything goes well, Right at the end here, you're going to get a ton of extra pops. I mean, it's crazy how good the Dart Paragon is. And then you'll die at 140. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, use code YOBOI, and I'll see you next time. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. If you need a team, especially right now, join the Discord in the description, and you'll be able to find teams, or if you own a team, you can share it in the Discord, and other people will be able to find yours. See you next time. Bye.